Hey Troop, it is Monday, March 23rd, 2026, and we have some breaking updates from the US-Iran war from over the weekend. Now in the fourth week, the biggest headline from over the weekend and the big twist today is that President Trump has issued a straight 48-hour ultimatum to Iran late Saturday night on Truth Social. He demanded that they fully reopen the Strait of Hormuz without threats or attacks within 48 hours, or the U.S. would obliterate their power plants, starting with the largest ones first. That original clock was set to run out at 7:44 p.m. tonight, but this morning Trump backtracked. He announced that the U.S. and Iran have had very good and productive conversations over the last 2 days on a complete and total resolution of hostilities. Based on that, he's instructed the Department of War to postpone any and all military strikes on Iranian power plants and energy infrastructure for at least 5 days, subject to how these talks go. Now, why does this matter to us? Iran's been choking out the Strait of Hormuz, which is the choke point for about 20% of the world's oil. That's why gas prices are already spiking hard here at home and the markets are going haywire. The ultimatum was a direct play. Free navigation or we hit the grid. Iran fired back saying that they were unfazed and that if we touch their power plants, they will strike every piece of U.S. energy infrastructure in the region and lay sea mines all across the Persian Gulf. This back and forth caused oil prices to jump again this morning. Which so far there's been no strikes and we've got the 5-day pause and the strait does remain restricted even though Iran claims it's open, only not to enemies. This 5-day pause does buy breathing room. It could lead to some de-escalation or it could just drag things out while prices keep climbing. The second major update is it still looks like Kharg Island is the next potential target. Be sure to check out my video explaining why seizing that won't be simple even for the United States military. 90% of Iran's oil exports flow through it. It's crawling with IRGC defenses and any ground move risks massive escalation and we'll probably see a price shock that makes 2022 look cheap. We've already bombed over 90 military targets there over the last couple of weeks, one of the biggest raids in recent Middle East history. President Trump said it was totally obliterated, but Israeli media and U.S. officials are saying that we may have no choice but to send troops in to seize it or blockade it. Reports confirm that thousands more Marines are currently headed to the region. If this order drops or these talks fall through, things go from an air campaign to boots on the ground really fast. Over the weekend, the U.S. and Israeli strikes kept hammering Iranian air defenses, their naval bases, and missile factories. Supposedly, Iran tried a long-range missile strike at the big U.S.-UK base at Diego Garcia, which is over 4,000 kilometers away. One failed and one was intercepted, but Tehran is denying it, saying that they did not shoot these. So far, to our knowledge, this range was not within their capabilities, so this really does open the question, did they fire these, and if so, will there be more coming? American casualties so far still stand at least 13 dead and about 200 wounded, and for everyday Americans, your gas tanks and your grocery bills are going to still keep feeling it. Global oil is up over 40% already since this started. Even with this pause, if talks fail or if Kharg Island gets hit, expect $5 to $6 a gallon spikes to start coming up again. We're stretching our military thin right now while China watches. They could just wait for us to get pulled in deeper and then make a move on Taiwan. What to watch for in the next 24 to 48 hours and through this 5-day window. We need to see if these talks will produce real progress towards reopening the strait or if Iran is just going to double down. We'll hope to see some breakthrough announcements from these productive conversations in forms of a full ceasefire. Oil futures and the stock market can continue to swing 5 to 10% in either direction on this news. This war is going to continue to hit American wallets and keep putting our troops in the crosshairs. The backtrack gives us a sliver of hope for talks over the bombs. We'll see if this sticks. I'll keep bringing updates as things develop. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Is this worth the cost or is it time to force a deal and bring this to an end? Stay safe, stay informed, pray for our troops. Follow Charlie Victor for the latest updates and help grow our veteran safety nets. Charlie Victor, we've got your 6.